What's going on, everybody? It is me, your boy Gilbert.
Me, Harry.
And a dead guy.
And we are here once again. We are going to be, it's the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast number 320. It's our first one of 2026. And what a podcast to start with. We're going to be doing Stranger Things 5. Kind of. For a little bit. We're going to be doing a non-spoiler one for Harrison because he hasn't watched it yet because he's been living under a rock for the last 2 weeks.
I've been bathing in nostalgia. It's been great. I haven't watched anything after 2005.
That's, I mean, you know what? How would that be different from any other day, Harrison?
Yeah, I've been having so I got as a gift, I think for my birthday, I got a 4-disc Blu-ray set of the first 4 Hellraiser movies, and I have been churning through the special features and having a great time.
Yes.
Naturally, I love how it's. I mean, technically, this, I guess, Stranger Things would be considered a Halloween thing too. But you're not watching the right Halloween property, Harrison. What the hell?
No, I've been doing that, and I've been sitting with my little emulator thing that I showed, playing Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I am having a great time.
You're killing me. I'm
living the life, man.
We're doing the comics. We're doing the comics this year, like the Hellraiser comics, man. You should. You should join us.
Oh.
Join us.
Oh, okay. That's enough about other people's property. No.
Sorry.
But real quick though, we do have our, as we said a minute ago, we have our friend a dead guy. What's going on, DG? It's been a minute since you've been here. How have you been? How's your channel doing?
It's been a slow crawl, but we're getting there. I finally breached 16, so we're pushing 17 soon. So it's been a slow crawl, but it's also been, slower releases. Our cast and crew and everybody that's joining the network. I mean, this includes you guys, obviously. It just keeps getting bigger, and there's more people to keep up with, in this, talking to people with cast and crew and all the projects. So it's just slow, but it's slow in a good way. And I think once everybody acclimates and we all get used to this pacing, things will start getting pumped out a little faster. But looking forward to this year, and especially a lot of the projects that we're going to be doing are going to be a lot of stuff I want to do, deviate a little from the aliens and start doing some really, really just cool shit. Some stuff people have asked for a few years,
Nice. And yeah, it's I remember the time when for a long time there, you were kind of just like the alien guy. So, I'm which is not a bad thing to be, but
no, yeah, and I love the franchise.
And I appreciate wanting to branch out.
But after watching Predator Badlands and what Trachtenberg's been doing with the whole Predator franchise, it's just rejuvenated me wanting to do more of that, down the road, but also big cyberpunk fan. So
nice.
I plan on doing William Gibson's Sprawl trilogy through the book Neuromancer and all that. I want to do those audio. Apparently there was a graphic novel that came out, but then it got canceled. So there's one full volume and then a half of a volume, and I found them. So I'm not going to tell you how I got them, but I got them. And I was going to do that until we ran out. And then once that stopped, switch over to the audiobook where the chapter left off and take off with the audiobook and use Cyberpunk, the game, just various backgrounds and stuff as environments while I read the book. I just thought, do stuff I want to do, go into some Cyberpunk. We're doing Blade Runner, which, dude, I want you guys in there somewhere because the Blade Runner series has been really good. I'm enjoying reading it. So just the flavor is going to be really nice, and everybody's welcome because you all can be somebody. It's Blade Runner, so. Enough about that. I'm sorry.
I call Harrison Ford. No, I'm kidding. Or no, actually, I'll be Ryan Gosling's character, whoever he is. I still haven't watched that Blade Runner, but again, we'll know more about other people's properties. We're going to talk about one thing and one thing only today: Stranger Goddamn Things, and how awesome. Well, all right, you know what? I think I was awesome until the finale. But we can get to that a little later about my problems with finale. But so we're gonna spend the first 20 or so minutes, so Harrison could be here. We're gonna spend it talking about it and letting him know what our thoughts were. We're going to do a non-spoiler one, and then the last about hour of the podcast, it'll be no holds barred. We are going to be, spoiling the hell out of it and talking about our gripes and what we liked, what we didn't like, and everything else.
Am I allowed to do that? I'm sorry. I shouldn't do that.
I mean, you know what? Too late is done. So, but yeah, so I guess first thing. So Harrison, Why have you not watched Stranger Things yet? What the hell?
So a couple of things. One of them was that my girlfriend didn't want to watch the 5th season until it was fully out. She didn't want to have any like waiting, but she also didn't want to start rewatching the older seasons in case we finished them before the 5th season finished coming out. So now that the 5th season is completely out, we're rewatching the entire thing. So we're going from season 1 to season 5. Which we'll see how well that works.
I mean, it's a pretty quick binge. I was able to watch like at work. I was able to watch each season over a single night of work of like.
How can you not though? I mean, even if it was 8 episodes that were 2 hours long, my ass would have stayed up all night after watching 2 episodes and been like,
well, that's the thing. Is the first season is not like that. It's like it's all not until like the 3rd season or no, the 4th season they start doing that shit of like the hour and a half long episode for a finale. I'm like, God damn, man. I appreciate it, but god damn, you could.
I preferred that. I prefer the longer episodes.
Okay, let's talk about this real quick. So, you prefer long episodes? I think it was 2.5 hour, or like 2 and some change hour movie for the finale. I'm like,
I mean,
that's a bit much. I went to go see it in the theaters, of course, but
there were some things that I would have cut out of there to definitely save 50 fucking minutes out of that. But
yeah, exactly. There's some detail. There's stuff that I think could be cut out. As far as like the season 5 itself, like I don't know. I want Harrison to contribute a bit. Are there any like burning questions that without spoiling it? Is there any like burning questions you have about it?
I don't know if there are because I honestly because I've only just started rewatching, I can't remember exactly what's like. So I think I remember season 4 ends with Hawkins is kind of in ruins. The earth is sort of blown up and you've got cracks in the ground and everything. So I'm kind of interested to see what happens, picking up from that. Like, is everyone still living in Hawkins or are they having to sort of be around the town or whatever? Like,
so how's that working? I will answer that. Yes, they are. But I won't answer it. Like I won't tell you how, why, or what's going on. But yes, they are still in Hawkins. It still takes place very much in Hawkins.
Okay.
Like I will say that they expand a lot on what the Upside Down is and how it like came to be, what its purpose is. They expand a lot more. This isn't really a spoiler. It's just kind of a cool thing. They have fucking the chick who played Sarah Connor in there.
Oh damn!
Linda I didn't Hamilton. Even know that was going to happen till it happened.
Yeah, and then they put Linda Hamilton in there.
I recognized that voice. And then when they did the reveal, I went, "God, Sarah Connor."
Mm-hmm. Which I mean that's kind of par for the course for the whole thing of Stranger Things because they had what's his name, Samwise, the kid from the Goonies.
Yeah, I've just been
Sean Astin.
watching him and I can't.
Sean Astin. Yeah, they had Sean Astin in there. They had during I think season 3 they have the dude who played Freddy Krueger as he's Vecna's
Robert
dad.
England. Yeah.
Let's see. They
had Paul Reiser from Aliens.
Yeah. Paul Reiser. They had Linda Hamilton.
Really good addition. Matthew Modine. There's so many 80s and 90s actors in that, like Winona Ryder, Matthew Modine. You know what I mean? I could name everybody off. David Harbour and the kids are the new people.
Yeah.
Everybody else that shows up, you're like, motherfucker, they were in this and they were in that back in the day. And
and it's like, they took all. My brothers and I were talking about it. It's like they took all the best parts of the 80s and found a way to amalgamate them into this show and make it like a good show. And at least for some parts, I want to say season 3 still does not hold up for me. And I think it's a slog to have to get through.
Even Carrie Elwes can't make that better.
Yeah. Like I would say the only thing that was redeeming about season 3 was Maya Hawke. And she just continues to just like own it in season 5.
Well, I guess that's what made that tolerable was the addition of the new characters and all the new characters that were added, even Tommy, they were cool characters. So that pulled me through it, I liked the overall production. I liked the creepiness of using their bodies to amalgamate together into a physical form of the mind flare. I thought that was like some pretty creepy shit. So there was, season 3 wasn't terrible, but I wouldn't call it a slog. But I would say that
there's definitely some episodes that I'm like we could have done without.
Like, You know, like just skip a couple. I know what's gonna happen. But I rewatched them early because I knew we were gonna get one. You know, you get the I knew the releases and when they were coming out. So I was like, all right, I want to get caught up, but I didn't go all the way back to season 1. I started at season 4 and just watched that over again, and that made me remember everything. It was like, that's good enough. That's good enough.
Yeah. See,
one of the things that occurred to me today was that I was going back to watch season 1, and I was like, oh fuck, it's 10 years.
Yeah.
Like since this all started.
Yeah. The aging just
a big part of that, a big problem and a part of that is because of the COVID pandemic that we were all on lockdown for X amount of years. So they couldn't film more episodes and they couldn't do anything really. But yeah, no, that is kind of the problem there when you don't film sequels or like whatever you like your consecutive like shows or whatever seasons, you know, when you don't film them like at the same time or one right after the other. Like they took a while in between each of those seasons to do that. So like, although they did it well, I mean, they still did it in a way that I'm like, okay, I still believe these kids are in high school. Even though they're all like 23.
I mean, well, as we know, that's normal in all kind of Hollywood high schools. I mean, if we go back and watch the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, all these 30-year-olds wandering around that high school.
No shit. Or Garfield Spider-Man, where you've got a 32-year-old dude still in high school who's the cool kid. Peter Parker was not the cool kid. He didn't say the right thing. Come on, he wasn't cool. What universe is this?
I mean, all right. So I give them credit that for the fact that they start off like actually the age they're supposed to be in the first season, and even in the second season, they may be a little older, but still though they're this around the same age. Once we get to season 3 and on, it's like okay, you guys are starting to, like for God's sake, you have fucking facial hair and shit.
Your voices are cracking. You're shaving. You're
clearly not
12. What the fuck is going on here?
Lucas in particular. Like, I think by season 3, he's just a man, and there are some scenes where he's like in like a kind of tank top or like a basketball jersey. And it's like this guy could kick that guy's ass.
He's a fucking specimen. Look at him. Look at him.
That has not changed by season 5. He's like of all of them, Lucas is definitely the one who looks most like an adult.
Fun fact. Rumor has it, fans are really, really pushing. They've been messaging Tom Holland's Instagram and blowing up Disney to cast him as the new Miles Morales, and that Tom should already be mentoring him because they think that Lucas would be a good Miles. And I went, that is not a bad idea. Like I literally was like, you know what?
That's not a bad idea at all. But I totally I misunderstood what you were saying right there. I'm like, Tom Holland is Miles Morales. I'm like, it's gonna cause some backlash.
That'll make some motherfuckers pissed off, rightfully so.
But yeah, no, that's actually not a bad idea. I don't know who that actor is for Lucas. I'm gonna try to Google it right now.
Caleb something. I can't remember.
What is that accent? What are you doing?
I don't know. Stop asking.
They're after me Lucky Charms.
I don't know where it comes from. This is probably why I got into voice acting in the first place. Like
vocal stimming. Yep.
Working at Amazon, and somebody comes to ask me some random question, like, "Hey man, where does this box go?" And I'm like, "I don't know. Don't stop asking me." And they're like, "What in the fuck?" So the next time they come talk to me, I'm like a normal English guy. Like, what?
But let me see here.
I was
so let's talk about this real quick. Dead guy, did you or did you see that what the internet had this whole thing about like them finding clues about the secret 9th episode of Stranger Things? Like how the finale wasn't actually the finale. Like there was a bunch of people being like they were convinced that they were going to release like on January 7th they were going to release like a 9th episode that actually like undid all of this. It's like turns out they were in a dream because it's a like if you look at how they put their books up when they finish their D&D session, it's a lie. It says like you know like there was so many people reaching because they just were not happy with the ending of Stranger Things. Did you see any of that, or am I the only one?
No, I must have missed that.
I saw this on. I haven't seen the full blown thing, but I have seen chatter about the idea of the secret 9th episode. Yes.
I think that's why I didn't wait to watch too, because I knew fucking people's thumbnails would spoil the fucking shit for me. So I knew if I didn't watch it, something's gonna get spoiled, or somebody's gonna say something and be like, "God damn it! Now I gotta watch it," and I'm gonna be looking for this now instead of just taking it and enjoying it. I didn't know about the secret, we're desperate.
But yeah, so what they called it was there was in fact obviously no 9th episode, but what they called it was Conformity Gate. I don't know why, but they're just like, it's gonna be called this, it's gonna be called because there's like a secret script, and like if you type in 9th episode, then Stranger Things comes up. It's like, what does it mean? Like if you, like they were talking about, like people were showing that, all right, so I went to my Netflix look and I typed in episode 9 and Stranger Things came up with new episodes. I'm like, what? Like the little like thumbnail with the little red square that says new episodes on. It's like, does that mean it's gonna happen? What's gonna happen, guys? It's like nothing.
Now,
absolutely nothing.
I've heard we're getting some spinoffs.
That is true. So that's something I found out. Like there's a scene. Again, this is kind of a spoiler, but one scene in particular that revolves around Vecna that is apparently like leading into a spinoff that's gonna like talk about his origins and like the origins of like the organization that is doing the whole experiments on the kids.
When I'm personally as a huge fucking fan of this series, like still describe it as my favorite series ever made. They've wrapped everything that I could possibly want from a movie or some kind of media I was taking in, and have done it very well by mixing it all together. I mean, this feels 80s from beginning to end. It feels Akira as fucking fuck, dude. And I don't know if people catch on to the Akira vibes from doing experiments on kids and giving them telekinetic abilities. Dude, that is Akira as fucking fuck, dude. And making a mistake, giving these kids these powers that can't control their emotions. They're kids. Their frontal lobes aren't even fucking developed. They can't think, well, if I blow this guy up with my mind, 10 years from now, I'm going to be traumatized and won't be able to speak to anyone from it. They just do shit. So they end up paying for it. And I think they did a very good job taking all of my favorite stuff. It feels like it even rides a little bit of a cyberpunk feel. And I don't know how, but maybe it's just the color schemes that they pick. And down the road, I ended up being kind of right when I called that too. You know what I mean? Like it's got a little science stuff and science. I don't know.
It definitely feels more like a D&D session for me. Like it feels like someone's D&D campaign is being watched in real time.
Kind of, yeah. When we're playing like modern, I don't know if you guys know what that is.
Yeah, as opposed to like being in like a fantasy world.
Maybe if you went to we called it the butthole dimension because the way our DM described it, we didn't have a name for it, but it sounded like if you were to crawl inside. Well, I mean, I already done stated it. So we nicknamed that dimension that throughout the table. Like you had 6 dudes just sitting around there. It's like, well, let's go to the butthole dimension, and they're like. If people were to catch us just saying that out of context, they'd just stare at us like, what the fuck are you guys playing?
I feel bad for anyone who jumped into the stream. I feel bad for anyone who jumps into the stream and is like, what? What are you talking about? Butthole dimension? That's not what the Upside Down is called. Speaking of,
it's relative.
Yeah, they do mention a little more about the Upside Down. Like again, like I think I already said this, and they do explain like what it's for and where and how it was. Like I think we already know. Like Henry is the one who created it, or 11 is kind of. Like, well, someone created it, and yeah, but they kind of explain that a little more in the show, but. Yeah. Anyway, the point is that it's really cool. It wraps up a lot really well, and I think it gives a lot of the characters like closure. And yeah, I think they've already confirmed we're never going to see those kids like the what's her name, 11. I don't know. Yeah,
Millie Bobby Brown.
There you go, Millie Bobby Brown. We're not going to see Finn, whatever the hell. I don't know these kids, these children.
Wolfhard, Finn Wolfhard.
Yeah, like we're not seeing any of them again. Like they're all going, on to bigger and better things. And so I think anything we're gonna end up seeing is gonna revolve around like the kid's sister or like his younger sister and like her friends, like who they all introduce. Yeah, Holly. Which
I've heard people saying that.
I wouldn't say this is a spoiler, but a lot of the season revolves around a whole new group of children.
Oh, okay, interesting.
Mm-hmm. That'd be kind of it, like. Considering after Welcome to Derry and all that would still carry on with that flavor, that hint. I wouldn't say full flavor but it had that hint. The group of kids that were dorks and outsiders and nobody liked them, and they all were friends with each other because they didn't have anybody else. And
it felt
very Stephen Kingy.
It's very 80s moving into the 90s to have a hit TV show where you have to replace your whole cast and call it the new generation.
Yes, because they're too old.
Stranger things.
More strange things.
I mean, they mentioned that there's a new group of children, like they're all graduating high school and going on to do whatever. It kind of gives them all like a wrap up for their lives and stuff. So but then it shows like also that his sister and like her group of friends are starting to become like into D&D themselves. So they kind of get it kind of like hints at there may be some stuff with them. And then again, there's probably going to be prequels. I'm willing to bet there's going to be prequel upon prequel of Stranger Things.
Fun fact: did you know that Trachtenberg and the Duffer Brothers were supposed to work together? Trachtenberg was supposed to get an episode of this season to direct, which would have been whoa. Because I mean, the way that dude delves into the lore of whatever he's doing, and you know what I mean, like. All of his stuff's been really good. So he couldn't because they finally approved Badlands and Killer of Killers. So then he just got immediately sucked into doing 2 films at the same time, and he was just coming off of Prey. So instead, out of an apology for backing out of the project, he was already signed up. It was already lined up and everything. He offered the Duffer Brothers to come on and do the voice. So the Duffer Brothers themselves talked together and did the voice for Dex Spaceship in Predator Badlands, and I thought that was a pretty cool cameo. And I was like, that's pretty neat, but also disappointing because it makes me wonder if Trachtenberg would have got the finale, how different it would have been.
Ooh, that would be really cool. See, because I really liked Prey, so if he had directed the finale, so
did you see? Yeah, that's another. Killers?
I have, in fact, yes. It's
Badlands.
I'm excited to see what they're going to be doing as far as like animated Predator stuff from here on out. But anyway, so let's go. I guess let's go ahead and we're just about at we're a little past the 20-minute mark. So if we want to end it with this, so Harrison can get out of here. What would you like real quick? We'll give him our quick review of like what would you say is like out of 10 or out of 5 points? Like what would you give it, Day Guy?
I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10.
Okay,
a fair 6.5 out of 10.
Yes,
all heard
that happens a lot. There's a kid in there called Dipshit, and then later Delightful Derek. And so he does that a lot.
6.5. The production was really good. The acting, the writing was done well. The music really stepped up a lot, and I've loved the music of this since day one. The theme song got me. I was like, oh fuck, this is right up my alley. So I give it a 6.5 just for this bullshit in the finale that I could have done without.
Yeah. I think I'll probably give it. I think I'm probably right around there, or maybe a 7, just because I'm like, it was just on the whole,
Fair.
The show really does hold up, and it's like it's probably gonna be one of the more iconic shows of like the last 20, 30 years.
Fuck yes.
As far as like sci-fi, that kind of thing. So, and like we already mentioned it before, it takes all the best parts of the 80s and just rolls them into one. It takes the Goonies and Ghostbusters and like all
of
Aliens
it,
and
Hellraiser. Pick it. It's got it all in there. Other dimensions, all this shit, dude.
And just makes them all like into one like great amalgamated show that is just worth it. It ends it pretty well. There's things I would do differently, and we will be discussing them momentarily. But it is well worth it. And I look forward to hearing what you think, what you and your girlfriend thought about the finale.
Okay, interesting. Right. Well, I'm looking forward to seeing more, and I'm going to enjoy my journey up towards season 5. And then I'll report back once I'm finished with the entire thing.
All right, very nice. We very like eagerly await it, Harrison.
Yes, I'm very curious.
Have a good time. Talk about the things that I can't hear. It's been good to join both of you. I'll see you guys later.
All right, see you later, buddy.
All right, now that Harry's gone, we can break out the drugs.
All right, we can also break out the massive spoilers. So from here on out, guys, we are spoiling every last detail of season 5 that we were talking about. So yeah, like also the drugs. Don't do drugs. So I guess let's start off with what was your like? I guess now with no worries about spoilers or anything like that. What was your best part, or what was your favorite part of this season?
I liked Volume 1 a lot, because it felt like they had tapped right back into. I'm trying to find my avatar because apparently that didn't load in when I did this before. They felt like they really tapped back into what the first season was like again, because they kind of give you what's going on with everybody, in this quick little montage, catch up thingy or whatever you want to call it, right? And
I do like the opening up with Robin being like, "Hey, what's up, guys? This is Rockin' Robin on the radio."
Yeah.
I love how they involve that whole thing of like them using like the radio station as their like code for when they're gonna go do dungeon crawls in the Upside Down, like that whole thing. Them being like becoming like a fucking like a military unit and being able to work out like when they're gonna go into the Upside Down, what's gonna happen, when they're gonna come back out. And like having Hopper sneak in and sneak out of it.
Yeah, that was cool. I like how they called them crawls too. Like I thought it was clever. Yeah. As a D&D player, I was just like, man,
I'm like at this point,
they really laid
like
so thick into the D&D lingo.
Yeah, it's their gimmick at this point. Like they calling the thing the Demogorgon or like the Mind Flayer. Like these are all like actual D&D things,
man. Like.
So and we even mentioned I mentioned before that this is very much like an actual like D&D campaign because we have them going into the Upside Down like armed with weapons. Like have them like doing melee attacks and fire attack and things like that. Like I do appreciate that this very much feels like it's a bunch of kids playing. Like if you were watching Stranger Things, you could feel like this is a D&D campaign that you're watching live. Oh shit! Oh, no.
Am I coming through? Am I coming through?
See, this is about the part
I'm coming from the Upside Down. I'm still here. I can hear you.
Yeah.
I'm in the Upside
Down. Is the part where I'm expecting the alien to pop through and
I get eaten by a Demogorgon. Yeah.
So I think one of my favorite parts of this series, or probably my favorite part, was I think at the end of Volume 1 where we find that what's his name? Not Will. Is it? No, yeah, it is Will. Will he has powers of like the Vecna, where he crushes all the fucking Demogorgons with his like mind.
Oh, like, that's I gotta admit, I kind of expected that. Like I wanted something for him to sort of kind of Tetsuo out, and like to learn that anybody that Vecna has touched. I don't know why it's doing this, but it's kind of cool considering I'm from the Upside Down. It's kind of neat. I mean, if I could just turn it off. I don't know what's going on, why the camera's glitching out on me today. But
it's up to you. I don't. Whatever.
You know what? That threw me off. So never mind. I lost my point trying to get the camera.
Yeah, you saw it coming that Mike was going to get the powers.
Oh yeah, that Will's going to develop. Some of Vecna's powers. Everything that Vecna has touched ends up with that kind of ability, and I have my theories on that later when it comes to Holly.
I was gonna say, is like, does that mean that Holly or any of the kids that were touched by Vecna, like, and that were in his world, like, they can now like tap into his powers or tap into like some weird shit?
Yeah.
Like, are they connected to the Mind Flayer now?
I loved Max's arc a lot,
dude.
I thought that was really cool. Come on, why are you not working?
Is it like a connection problem?
I don't know. Sorry.
No, you're good.
I'll figure it out.
Yeah, like Max's arc where she was like in Henry's like memories and having to like she's still in a coma and everything, but in in Henry's like mind, she's like walking. I don't know. Did you ever see Rick and Morty? How she like memory Rick? That's kind of what she was. She's just memory Rick running around his brain.
Yeah.
Like
I thought that was a cool thing, to her full around story from joining the group to coming back to the group. I thought that was really well written out from beginning to end. I liked how she was stuck, and I like how they kind of switched over to, from D&D when they were switching to Holly's perspective. They kind of switched over to Camazotz and a whole different story. Like they were kind of switching it over, and I thought that was really neat. And I think Max has it too. If I had to throw some theories out there. That Max took some of that with her.
I mean, we're never gonna we're probably not gonna see Max again in any other feature, unless they decide 10 years later they're like, hey, we'll pay you a ton of money to come back and be part of the series again.
I don't know. I don't know if I'd even enjoy that. I think it's good to leave it where it is.
I would agree, but they're probably gonna. But I'm willing to bet if it gets popular, if any side stuff, I know they have a musical that they did, like a play, a stage play that they did for Stranger Things. So if they have something like that, and then if their spin-offs become popular, I bet you they're gonna end up having a 10-year, 20-year, some kind of reunion thing where they bring back all the older actors, but now it's there's other kids doing stuff. And they all just it's gonna do like a Jurassic World or a Ghostbusters Frozen Empire.
Well, I'm still in the Upside Down. It looks like it stopped.
All right, there we go. We're good now. So I think each episode probably had one of its probably the most some of the cooler stuff. I would say episode 1 where all the nerd kids Mike, Dustin, Lucas, they all end up standing up to the bullies. I like how I would have liked if they had been there to help Dustin out as opposed to Dustin getting his ass kicked.
Yeah, I mean,
because that was unnecessary. I think him obviously he was asking for it. He started some shit with them, putting the snake in their locker and whatnot.
Yeah.
But I'm I would have preferred if his friends had been there to help him out because he was acting like kind of a shithead most of the good 3 episodes. And he was also a shithead to Steve.
They were really driving home that Dustin has trauma thing.
He's trying to honor Eddie and everything, and he's sad about it. But still, though, I'm he is just an asshole, and he kind of starts shit in the early episodes for no reason whatsoever. And I get it's part of his character arc, but I'm just it bugged the hell out of me. I'm bro, what the hell?
It was, like I said, they were really trying to drive it home, I think, so they could get past Eddie.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, let's be honest. That motherfucker made a mark on people in season 4.
He really. So... I mean, you don't just sit there and play Master of Puppets in the fucking Upside Down and then sacrifice yourself and then not become a fan favorite.
Right. And not only that, he was I really kind of liked him from his interaction with Chrissy on. Because he was kind. He was a kind person. He cared about people, and that I really appreciated. And they didn't do a bad job making it cheesy either. That I liked their little interaction when she was saying she admitted that she was going to be scared of him, and he admitted that he would have been scared of her. He's like, you're the popular chick, and I'm metal dude, the freak. Of course you fucking freak me out. So, and it was cool to watch that interaction, them be real people. And beyond that, then you end up with all that character building of him and people trying to hunt him down and all this for no reason. And I love that. So how do you get rid of that?
I think that's probably one of the things that bums me out about season 5 and I would have probably done differently, is that there's never any kind of I don't know how they would do it or whatever, but there's never a part where Eddie is actually absolved of his crimes. He's never no one ever knows that he was innocent. No one ever knows that it was actually Vecna or the Demodogs or the Upside Down. He's just remembered as a murderer the rest of his life, and we don't get any kind of thing. I'm that's kind of a bummer.
I guess after Dustin and after they found Dustin from the biking accident, he running off the road on his bike. After they found Dustin, I noticed the Eddie thing just stopped.
Yeah, there is one part where Dustin where Steve is gonna climb, the building is melting from the power source or
Yeah.
like the
That was
antimatter or
some
whatever.
cool shit, dude. Like it was just
Well,
other dimension. It was other
yeah, well,
dimensioning. That's
yeah.
crazy.
Oh,
Like,
yeah, so we'll get to this in a second, but like, yeah, so with the building melting and everything, the part where he's just like, where he tells Steve he doesn't want him to die, he's like, "Don't do it again. I can't lose another friend." Like that kind of, like, yeah, they do have that part where like, and just before that, where Steve tells him like he goes kind of out of line and says that
Mhm.
Eddie died for nothing and he died like a stupid death. Like, and they start fighting. Like there is that. Like he does have that moment, but you're right. After him getting like falling on his bike or whatever, they don't really mention that again. Like
I
there's
mean, it
one
came
little
up
part,
for that peak moment.
yeah, but besides that, it's like his feelings about Eddie and like the whole thing is never mentioned again. Although there is that one part at the end where he like does the speech for his like graduating class and then
Oh
flips
yeah,
off
and
the
he's got
principal,
the
grabs his diploma, and then like fucks off. And it's like that is kind of cool. Like that's what Eddie said he was gonna do, and that's
yeah,
pretty awesome.
yeah. That I did like that part. Everything after that,
Like
I
that was
knew.
cool. Although I will say this about the finale, it had like 4 different endings. Like there was there was all of the there was the 4 older kids,
The older
Robin,
kids, the
yeah,
the
the older kids
the
on the radio station, like
the
drinking and being like,
Breakfast
oh,
Club moment.
yeah, college. Oh, we should all hang out once a month, and we should all do this, that. Then there was the younger kids all going off to do their own thing and playing D&D one last time.
See, I
There
liked
was
the dynamic of being invited to a party by the hot chicks in school
and then decided to go play
and turning it
D&D.
down to go play D&D because it went full circle from episode 1, season 1, full circle. They ended it at a
Mhm.
game of D&D
Yeah, it
and
started on a
began
game of D&D. They
on a
ended it
game
at
of
a game of
D&D. And I
D&D.
thought it was poetic in a way.
And then when they walk on, it's Holly and her friends that go on to play
Mhm.
the next game of D&D. And so it's like that is kind of cool. It's showing like a passing of the torch and them like growing up
Yeah.
and moving on. But
Yeah.
again, that's like one of 3 endings to that movie. And then we have them. Let me see what
Secret
there's.
ending 9.
Yeah, there's also the secret ending where 11 is actually alive, which. So like that bum that all right. So all right, I'm getting ahead of myself. Let's talk about the other thing that kind of bugged me is that we get the explanation of what the upside down is. It's like actually a wormhole. It turns
was
out that it
cool.
is a wormhole between Dimension X or the Abyss or whatever
Yeah.
and our planet. I'm just like, I wish they had described like because it kind of implies that 11 didn't make the portal. She just opened it, like it was
Yes.
already there, and
Yeah.
something else made it. So I would like to know who the fuck made the portal. How did it get and
Papa.
why is it?
I mean,
Maybe.
in his notes, and Dustin was reading. Remember all the notes that Dustin had, and he took, and he was figuring out all that stuff.
I guess
he took his notes and was reading through them. He created it. He used their psychic energy to make this exotic matter shit, and exotic matter made a wormhole.
I guess I'm guessing a lot of this is like going to be explained as to why they were doing it or like where it came, because like I was also curious about where the fuck the rock that corrupted Henry, like the Mind Flayer rock or whatever, where did that come from, or like how did they get a hold of that? And so that must mean that the upside down must have been opened like a good like 30 or 40 years before.
I think that some of that stuff was exotic matter.
Maybe.
I think that's what he touched was the exotic matter.
And it's
a little loosey goosey there, isn't it? But
yeah, because that's what gave him like his connection to the Mind Flayer, and then made him like start knowing what the upside down was, or where the abyss was. I'm like, that's the only problem, is that they left a few things open ended like that, and I feel like it's because they're going to be like, oh well, watch our next show later on that's going to explain all of this.
It's going to be more like X-Files this time. We're going to have a Scolder and a Mully.
Exactly. It's going to be Hawkins' lab, but we're going to be dealing with the secret agents and shit like that. Like
possibly we could get a prequel. Yeah.
Oh, like that's just one of the plot holes. Like this is more of like a longer plot hole that I'm like, because they describe how like apparently the upside down is frozen, and they never explain how like things are able to be manipulated. Because so Joyce, like she puts up like the Christmas lights, right? And in the first season, and Will is able to like touch them and let her know. Yeah. Like, but he shouldn't be able to see that. And when they go into the upside down, we see like the wall that was altered with the Christmas lights. That shouldn't have happened. Like
Yeah,
things
you're
like
right.
that. We like the fact that there's water in the tank in season 5, like when she goes into the Upside Down to
The
use
thing
the
is Will was, I don't know. Hear me out.
uh,
This could be some plot armor, but hear me out.
okay, here we go.
Will was special. He had some of
Yeah.
Vecna's power.
Yeah. So maybe he could
So,
alter the Upside Down or something.
but it would make sense that the other people can't because of the light bright situation. So,
I don't know.
it's
Yeah.
kind of devicey, plot devicey, it's a little.
Yeah, it's unclear as to like what parts of the Upside Down are frozen in time and what parts aren't. And then like again,
And they are frozen
unclear.
from the time the breach happened.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah,
they made that clear.
Yeah, because they have like the older kids go to like Nancy's house looking for guns and they don't find any. It's like, oh well, this happened like years after the event, or this happened like a year after the event. So it talks about how like it's frozen from the time it opened.
She found her diary notes that was a few days before she went on that date with Steve, and Barb went missing.
Yeah,
so
but again, it's like there's things like that I'm just like it's a little confusing, and I'm just like. Also, they never found the wall to the Upside Down before. Like they never found like the barrier of the Upside Down before, even though they've been in the Upside Down at least like 4 or 5 times.
Maybe the military knew, and the scientists knew that barrier was there, but none of the people, as far as characters that we were following along plot, never went that far in. I guess to the Upside Down. I don't know. I mean. I'm trying to defend.
Like that's all I'm saying is that there's like a few plot holes here and there that I'm just like it's cool to the way they explain it, and I'm just like having it be a wormhole between 2 dimensions is cool because then it also begs the question: what other planets could be open? Like, could they open another Upside Down to another planet?
And to answer your question, if you did, because I think you were like, why would he do this? It was the 80s. In the US, I mean, think about what was going on then. We were at a Cold War with Russia. Everybody was doing all that spy bullshit, the space war, all this stuff was still happening, right? So if you found another planet that we could get to, that no one else could get to, that's like infinite fucking resources for whoever found it.
Is it maybe like
so maybe he's was just doing what scientists do, like.
Maybe because like although when they get to Planet X or the Abyss or whatever you want to call it, like when they get to that other planet, it is like a barren wasteland. It's like there's no water, there's no like
for us.
There's a giant fucking monster like mind flayer
for like a being made out of black dust who may get like its energy from a resource we don't understand. Like we were having a stream one time before when we were talking about Wolverine eating himself to maintain sustenance, because like he did in that comic where he fed Deadpool a piece of his leg to keep him alive or whatever. And someone, I can't remember who, might have been Patrick, as a matter of fact, said that defies the laws of thermodynamics, though, eventually. And I'm like, yeah, but the laws of thermodynamics are a little loosey-goosey in our universe. Like our sun breaks the laws of thermodynamics. So, I mean, it's like there's water bears. You know what I'm talking about? Those little things break the laws of thermodynamics.
Yeah,
so there's things that happen. So, maybe the Wolverine could eat himself and sustain himself. I don't fucking know. It's a very interesting question.
So maybe the Mind Flayer eats different things,
different types of things that we don't understand. Maybe it absorbs some sort of energy like a xenomorph, and it can. You get what I mean? I don't know. Maybe it can
like when you're talking about interdimensional or otherworldly, because it's not even really interdimensional. Like it's another planet. Like the Mind Flayer.
It's not interdimensional. Well, it could be interdimensional because wormholes can possibly connect other dimensions too, theoretically. So
true. So it could be an interdimensional alien, not confirmed. It could
also
be one of the things from A Quiet Place.
Yeah, either way, it's fucked up. Like, how do you fight something like that? Obviously,
they do.
The kids it's feeding from. That's what you do.
the finale, in fact, like that was probably one of the coolest things I saw is when the team of like when the party, they all arm themselves and go fight the mind. Like Nancy's sitting there shooting at it, Jonathan's burning it with a flamethrower. All like Steve and Dustin are just stabbing it from the bottom. I'm like,
Yeah,
dude, I love all of this.
It felt D&D as fuck. And it felt like the people were actually rolling dice and taking their turns in a battle, and I thought that was pretty cool. And
I'm surprised more of them didn't die. I'm like, I think that's a smart. This isn't Game of Thrones, and they don't need to kill off everyone. But I'm surprised at least more. I thought at least one character was going to get bumped off. Which, well,
right, my buddy's taking off.
Oh, okay. Well, hello and goodbye, friend. But yeah, so I'm surprised that like of the people who got wounded, like the mom, Mike's mom got wounded, like fighting a Demogorgon.
She was a badass though, dude.
Oh yeah, and she became a badass later when she ended up killing him.
She's all around badass. Like even
like
with
put
Tommy,
the oxygen tank in a dryer.
Nancy's mom has got it going on, and then and then, dude. Fighting that thing with a broken wine bottle, I was like, "Oh, you fucking go, girl!"
Yeah,
that's a mom right there. That's what
I mean. She got her ass kicked, but at least she was brave enough to try. Like that's more than a lot of people have done against the Mind Flayer, or not against a Demogorgon.
And she fucked it up. It's not exactly like she didn't do anything to it. She cut it up really fucking bad, and it just bitch slapped her, and almost destroyed her. But still, she didn't do bad for a human.
Yeah, but again, of all the like fights and all the people who are taken down in this movie, or in the show, I'm surprised that more people didn't die. Like we only have one death, and that's Kali. That's like number 9 from the Hawkins lab. Like they have her die, and that's literally it. Like they tease whether or not 11 may or may not be dead, but everybody else survives, and I'm just like, damn, dude. I was expecting at least like I thought Steve Harrington for sure was going to be dead.
I thought Steve was going to bite it, but I think at that point Dustin would too. So I thought we would lose both of them for a while there.
Honestly, I wouldn't be necessary. I appreciate the Dustin moment of like having his Eddie moment, but I would not have necessarily been opposed to that. Like if Lucas or even like if Max had sacrificed herself to save Holly, I would have been down for that.
After building up all that Max arc, though, see, I got used to the little glitchy stuff because it was looking a little VHS-y, wasn't it? Now it's gone. It fixed itself. Yeah. Now it's just bad lighting.
But yeah, no, I thought it was pretty cool. Like I thought like it was not bad. Like the season was okay. Like I said, there was just a few small, little bits here and there that I would have done differently. But as far as like Vecna's death, like the final battle with the Mind Flayer, like all of them actually doing something, and even an 11 fighting Vecna inside the Mind Flayer, like that was really badass. Let me see. What other? I don't know. What other stuff do you remember? Because I know there was a couple of things. Like there's one where they also I already mentioned Will getting the powers, but then also I want to say like them capturing a Demogorgon and like bringing it back to like putting electricity through it to bring it back to life, so that way Will can see through it.
Yeah,
like that was pretty. That
was ingenuitive. That was pretty smart. I dug that. Very Frankenstein-y in a way, and I really liked that. Like, I liked Will's arc a lot. Like, I liked that he figured out he could at least help. He wasn't strong enough to just fight Vecna straight on, but at least he knew that.
Yeah, no, but I do appreciate that myself because I
thought that was a cool spin, and I liked that he knew that Vecna was going to find his weakness and his fears, and turn them against him and use them against him. So I like that they used that scenario to let him sit down with his friends and his family and come out to everybody. I appreciated how they did that because it wasn't too over the top. It was done in a very, very tasteful way, and I thought that was really cool. I mean, even though we all knew, like everybody,
I don't hate that they had him come out as gay. Like that's fine. Like that is absolutely fine. And yeah, we all knew that there was hints from the get go that he was not going to be straight. But what I think is funny is that they did it at the most like inopportune time. I'm like, dude, the world
That's
is literally
true.
like the world is literally ending. Shit is going to hell. I'm like, is this really the appropriate time for you to be telling everyone that?
Well,
Like, you
if
could,
they were counting on him to be the sorcerer, he had to. And I think that's why it was kind of, he only did it that way because he felt like there was no time left. Like they were literally about to go into battle and he was afraid that he would turn all that stuff against him, you know, and
like his fear or his like,
yeah. So he wouldn't be able to,
confidence in it.
he wouldn't be able to fight and he would cause people to get hurt. And I think that's even said that, like, I think he made it clear that he wanted everybody to know exactly what was going on. So he had nothing to use against him. So he could come at him in a full battle. And I just thought there were worse ways you could have done that. You know, like there were worse scenarios you could have put them in, or worse ways it could have been written. And I thought it was.
I do appreciate that they also had like a thing with Mike being like him telling him like, I'm sorry, I should have seen it. I should have been like there for you. I should have like realized what you were going through, and then like them reconciling. Like that was cool. Like it wasn't bad. I'm just saying the point they chose to do it at. I'm like, you could have done this like a good 30 minutes before this point. And,
true. Very true.
But yeah. Whatever.
True. But I did like his Akira arc. I call it the Akira stuff because they're telekinetic powers. It's Akira.
He's definitely. I think he probably has the best arc though, like of all of them, because he starts off like the whole first season. He's not even there. The second season, he's kind of like the damsel in distress who they have to save from like demonic possession, and then season 3, they're kind of jumping like he's kind of like there, but it's mostly like I feel left out.
Tell something's wrong with him.
Yeah, like and it's mostly he's mopey because he's like reeling with the fact that he's gay, and then also like he has those feelings for Mike and whatever. But yeah, like the
4, I think too.
Yeah, like but the fact that he comes back is becoming like one of the most like essential characters, and like having like the most power is probably like the best arc. Like it's the coolest way for them to do it for him because he got done dirty for a good like 3 seasons.
Yeah, I agree. He seemed. I didn't like the way they wrote him in season 4 very much because he felt third wheelie and kind of, I don't know how to explain it, but almost stereotyped in a way that he was almost annoying. They made him annoying. He seemed like he was bitching all the time. He was unhappy all the time. He was crying all the time.
I mean, they made him that way for a lot of the seasons too. Like when they had them like,
but he was a kid. Like in season 1 and 2, I'll give it to him that he was a kid. Like he was a scared kid, but apparently he was jumping from trees and landing jumps and backpacks and shooting shotguns. Apparently, because they added that in season 5.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, like season 3, like he gets real whiny because of like Mike and Eleven hanging out together all the time.
Well, and Elvin lying about everything and creating all this bullshit. So I mean, I understand why he was the way he was, but I just felt like they laid it on a little thick. So I felt like he deserved a little more than what they were giving him. And
he absolutely did.
Don't make him the guy that's just constantly telling everybody how shitty they're being and crying in the corner the whole season. Like, come on, man. Like, he was the reason the party came together. He was the plot. So that's important, right? So I liked the arc. I liked how they wrote his character. I felt like the coming out thing, it was very 80s to do the way it was written. It was a very 80s way to do it, a very 80s thing to do. So I think they stayed on target somehow with that without, I haven't even heard people complaining. Like,
yeah, no, it wasn't bad. I was expecting people to get all pissed off about it being woke or some like, DEI bullshit or whatever, but it's, I
haven't heard anything like that. So I must not be the only one who was like, well, that could have been worse, if given to the wrong people, that could have been a very cringe outcome. Like, why are you doing this now?
What I love about this is that it kind of subverts a lot of expectations of that. Like we have the nerds, like they stand up to the bullies. Like we have let me see, one of the things we have is that the nerdy like teacher that they have, like he's constantly banging different girls. Like he's
the librarian, that Hopper.
Yeah, like
went out with one, banged her, and then stopped talking to her.
Yeah, our hero, our main like well, I don't know if she's our main protagonist, but like our like main hero is 11, is like was a girl. I'm like, they take a lot of the stuff that in the 80s would not have. Well, I mean, there's Alien, but yeah, but in the
Aliens.
80s was a lot less common, and they just kind of like threw it full front and center.
Yeah.
And I do enjoy that.
Like I said, man, that's why I love the show so much, and even forgiving for the stuff I didn't like. You know, from the I felt like it was some of it was cobbled together, if that makes any sense. Just kind of, let's put this in there. And like the older kids sitting on the roof, I would have trimmed that down a whole lot and made it different. I just wouldn't have gone with that. It felt like what it felt like was the cast saying goodbye to each other.
Yeah,
that's what it felt like. And
agreed.
To me,
it's like a year and a half later, like the fact that
I was
like
out of character. It felt like everything was, they weren't in character, and they're acting as themselves, saying goodbye to each other, acting like they're sad about it, knowing that they're going to really be doing this in about an hour anyway. So it's like, I don't know. I just didn't buy it. I felt like it was cobbled together. Maybe they called them back to add the CNN later, I would imagine, is what it felt like.
Yeah, like I said, it kind of had like almost like a Lord of the Rings kind of style thing, where it had like 4 different endings, and it just didn't know when to quit and
just
to be
let
like,
go.
all right, we've done enough. Let's move on.
But I did like the kids arc, and I thought it was cool that it felt very flavored, that we got to follow these kids from very young to getting into high school to graduating from high school to adulthood. And I thought that was cool. And maybe they might somewhere 20 years down the road bring this back and do a It style reunion, which I wouldn't be surprised that have the actors come back. I have a question for you though. Out of all of it, the whole thing, the whole kit and caboodle, because now you can't have any of these seasons without the others. Like this is just one big fucking story.
Package. Yeah, 5-season package.
Who's your favorite character?
My favorite character. Ooh, that's a
like who would have crushed you if they died? Like you'd have been like, oh God, I may shed a tear.
I mean, if I'm being 100%, it was probably gonna be like, that's hard, because I want to say 11, but she did kind of die, kind of not, depending on how you go about it. But probably Hopper. Like Hopper has become my favorite character.
That would have been a tough one.
Like at season 3 ending, and then like him, like them making it like, did he die? Is he gonna come back? Is he alive? Do we know?
And then you got him back, and then it was like, yes.
Yeah, no, like that probably, like that would have broke
me. For me, it would have been Steve. I ended up really liking Steve's character, dude. Steve was cool.
He's fine.
Steve was cool, man.
With the foil of Robin being like his like buddy, like them being best friends,
his
like as a duo,
is a lesbian cool chick. I mean, that's like perfect.
You know, them being a duo.
He's still a loser.
You know, them being a duo works great. I love that, and I'll even say like the dynamic of Dustin and Steve is fine, because like he's the babysitter for the kids.
It was cute.
But Steve as himself, for the first like 2 seasons of that show, I didn't give a fuck about Steve. I'm just like, I want him to die. I want Steve to die.
I didn't see him being part of the group coming when he was the douchebag popular kid in high school.
Like he redeems himself. He comes back and saves the day. Like he comes back with the bat, with the nail bat, and he saves them from the Demogorgon. Like he gets his ass kicked multiple times, but still continues to fight and try to defend his friends and everything. I'm like, fine, he's a cool character, but I did not care about him for a good minute. And again, it took.
I didn't either. That's what I'm getting at. Like by the end, like you take the whole package, and if Steve would have died in the season finale, I'd have been like, oh. Fuck, it would have been sad. Dude, it was another Eddie. They just Eddied me again, like, because I ended up loving Steve, and I think they did such a good job with his character that way, that you hated him the first season because he was such a dick. He was still a dick in the next season, but he was now a part of the group, and their interactions made it funny that he just was like, what the fuck all the time he's like, what the fuck are you guys doing? And I liked that whole interaction was really funny. And then by the time you get to season 4, he's just a fucking good character. Like you're like, oh, Steve fucking rocks, dude. Like by the time you get to season 5, you can't delete him. You
Yeah.
just can't.
Honestly,
like, and
Nancy's kind of that
Hopper,
character
of
for me
course,
too.
but they already teased us with Hopper, so I had a feeling they teased us twice, to be honest with you, and I had a feeling that he was gonna make it through the whole thing.
If he had suicide bombed that whole thing, I would have been like, "What the fuck?" But
I mean,
also Nancy was a good character. Like she's probably one of the cooler. Like had some of the best like character growth as well. Like to the point where she is now like the leader of the group. Like she's kind of like the biggest badass of them all.
She was badass, dude.
Yeah. Like I liked that.
Erica,
you know, Joyce is cool.
I thought bringing Erica in was funny. Her character is really, really funny. Scooby-Doo.
Yeah, I'm just putting that. Like I don't know what the heck you're saying. So, but yeah. So I want to say though that probably one of the most cathartic parts of the episode or of the finale was like when Joyce, like she's sitting there and she takes the axe and like chops Vecna's head off while they all watch.
I mean, like, and she's, Winona Ryder's tiny, like in person, she's little, so she had to like hack this thing off, so it wasn't just like a couple chops, it was like 10 chops later, and it felt like the Jabba the Hutt scene where they're making Luke jump, walk the plank into the Sarlacc pit, and they like zoomed in on all the characters' faces.
Yeah, and then they had like flashbacks to like people they lost and people like they, like Max, she saw Billy. Nancy saw her friend, I forget, Barb. Like the only person who didn't have like a like closure moment was Murray, but Murray was fine. Murray was perfect throughout the whole series. No notes.
Murray was one of these single best characters they added to that show, like from season 3, right? He was season 3 on.
Yes, indeed. Brett Gelman. That's the actor.
Funny, funny,
perfect casting for it. No notes. Like every scene that he's in, I loved and I'm all about.
When he was pretending to be Yuri, that shit was so fucking funny to me, man.
Like when he fights Yuri, when he's just like, I've only ever fought Tyler, and I will beat Tyler, and there's no way that Yuri is as trained as Tyler, so that means I can beat Yuri, and he goes and beats the crap out of him with karate. I'm like, dude, that's awesome. Like, I love it. Like when he blows up the helicopter, he throws a grenade that he like tapes to fucking C4 into the helicopter blade. I'm like.
Now tell me that you didn't instantly kind of feel like you may have just dipped your toes into an Indiana Jones film, a Steven Spielberg film. And
very much, yes.
I feel like the flavors they added all together should have ruined this. Like it should have made it to where it was like, you can't just do all that and make it coherent. And but somehow they told this really intricate, scientific, interdimensional story that has to do with fucking science in the long run. With a little bit of mythology with the whole telekinesis thing, They managed to tie all these flavors, the Thing even, like there's so much you get from all these seasons and building up to all this, that every cool movie you could pick from the 80s and early 90s that were hits that people loved, that had a little quirkiness in them and a little sci-fi elements to them. It's in there. And I don't know. I'm kind of glad it's over. I'm glad they didn't do any more, because if they'd have done any more, I felt like the finale just would have got worse and worse the longer they pushed this stuff out.
Yeah, if they had drug it out for like 8 seasons, it would have had like Game of Thrones kind of like thing.
Walking Dead, where it's like, I don't even care anymore. Like I'm just watching to see who dies next. That's all I give a fuck about now. What
I'm worried about is that it may have Walking Dead syndrome, in that if we do get like spin-offs and like other TV shows and like other movies for Stranger Things, they're gonna end up having like they're already doing that with Game of Thrones, where we're getting every like 4 or 5 different series, and Walking Dead had that where they have like 9 different series now.
Have you watched the Game of Thrones spinoff?
Oh, the House of Dragon. Yes, indeed, I have.
I don't even care about it, but I loved Game of Thrones. So you get what I'm saying? Like spinoffs don't always hit it with everybody to where I'm like, I need to watch. this
Well, just
fucking
yeah,
spinoff. I just don't care about it like that. I don't know how to explain it. And
like we'll see what happens. Is all I'm gonna say is that like, but yeah, for right now, the 5 seasons as they are is yeah, they're good. They are cumulatively like they do it. Like they
I
did a
felt
good
like they
job.
Alien 3'd us. Does that make sense?
In what way? I'm curious.
Well, they killed off the main character because without a doubt, Elle was the main character.
Yeah.
And they killed off the hero. You know, sort of Alien 3. They waited till the end to do the reveal.
She sacrifices.
And then
Yeah,
just
she
die
sacrifices
before you
herself.
even have time to deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, control your dogs.
But yeah, the Alien 3, like she sacrifices herself at the very end when it's like when all hope maybe seems to be lost, but she's like, all right, fuck it, I'm out of here.
But see, the thing with Alien 3 is up until that point, especially like if you watch the assembly version, the director's cut, the assembly, it's supposed to be the way David Fincher wanted it to be. That's a much better version, guys. If you haven't seen that, highly recommend. I loved it all the way up until Ripley dying. And that's when I was like, why did you guys do this? Like, you made a split decision in a time period that apparently enough money, and Sigourney Weaver would come back and do the worst one out of the entire fucking franchise ever made. After saying, I don't want to play this character anymore. So her and David sat down and wrote her out. So my point is they thought this through, and I felt like they kind of did want that to feel like Alien 3, that you just removed a main character, therefore this arc cannot continue anymore. So no matter what movie you make from here on out, 20th Century Fox, you can't use Ellen Ripley, and this story ends here. And I thought it works for Stranger Things. Because even if she did live and it was just this big flim flam boo magic man trickety doo thing, whatever that was, if that's what it ended up being, and Elle is alive somewhere and found a place in Norway that has 3 waterfalls, I didn't like that. As I was,
I'm gonna call bullshit. Because when they blow up the antimatter or whatever, the first building that blows up is Hawkins' lab in the upside down, and that's where a Kali was. I'm like, so her powers wouldn't be working at that bullshit. No, Elle's dead.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, I agree with you. I'm just saying.
I believe. No, you don't. She's dead. Like, so yeah,
you believe something that isn't true.
Being cynical, Gilbs.
Do you think Elle's still alive? I got a bridge I can sell you. You know, I got a bridge out back. You want to buy it?
Yeah. So, like with that, I'm just like, I don't know, man. I'm willing to say that they're done and it's over, but I'm like, I'm gonna wait and see because
we'll get
I bet
you for sure.
Stranger Things is
the thing with
it's
9. You remember 9?
Yeah.
Well, obviously. Did you know that there was a comic series out for her? It's like a 4 or 5 issue comic series. I was thinking about doing it. But it's
I believe there's that, and there's also a side comic series about Dustin's time at like summer camp, like how he met his girlfriend.
Really?
That's funny. He met the genius girl or whatever. So yeah, there's a couple of them. I also think I saw a Stranger Things meets the Ghostbusters.
We're good on that one.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to do some Ghostbusters comics just for fun, like around Halloween time or whatever. And I'll be honest with you, I haven't read through a single one that I was like, this is good. This is none of these are even good enough to grin and bear it through, if that makes any fucking sense. So, you know, it says a lot that Ghostbusters, I think it's IDW, has Ghostbusters comics. I'm not sure though.
I believe you're right. It's the same people who I think that Ghostbusters is owned by the same guys who own TMNT.
Yeah, then it is. Oh, that's an interesting name. I don't even know how to.
Mr. What's It? Oh yeah. Yeah. So okay, let's talk about that real quick. We still got about 20 minutes. So,
Mr. What's It?
Yeah. How'd you feel about it? Because apparently, so I found out that that was a reference. The Mr. What's It thing was apparently is a reference to like a weird like a phenomenon that happened. Let me see.
Isn't it through the Looking Glass?
So apparently the name
or not
Mr.
through the Looking Glass. A Wrinkle in Time.
All right, so yes, the name Mr. What's It comes from A Wrinkle in Time,
Yeah.
but his design, like, hang on, so
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I know what you're the weird time traveler guy, right?
so apparently what it comes from is a bunch. It's like there's an actual thing where a bunch of kids, like they all like independently, kids who never met each other or didn't know each other,
Oh,
all
Albert
independently.
Fish.
Yeah, they
Right.
all independently like drew a picture of like their imaginary friend, and it was like a dark figure with a bolt with like a creepy fucking
Oh.
like top hat, and
Oh.
so yeah, like I'm trying to find what it
Is
was
this
called
like an
or where
urban
it was.
legend or something?
No, this is something that actually happened, but it was just a weird event that is like they couldn't explain why a bunch of kids were all drawing the same thing.
A dude with a fedora and a pocket watch.
Yeah, and it was just like a creepy figure. Design origin. Here, let me see.
I'm still fascinated with a Jormungandr.
Okay, so yeah. So, Mr. What's It, the origins come from multiple unsettling sources, including real-life reports of a shadowy hat man seen by children. The cult leader charisma of figures like, or no, okay, so yeah, no, it's shadowy hat man is the thing. All right, I'm gonna look this up. Shadowy.
If I was sitting at dinner one night and my fucking 6-year-old is just telling me about shadowy hat man with a pocket watch, I'm gonna be like, who the fuck are you talking to? What in the hell? You're freaking me out. Stop that.
Yeah, and so apparently this is just a thing that a bunch of kids saw one time and like reported about it, and they didn't know how to fucking like people officials just didn't know how to fucking handle it, so they're just like, okay, this is weird, whatever, and that's what that became. Is that like and apparently shadowy hat man became the reference or the origin
character
of like
design for Henry.
For why Henry looks like that when he's Mr. What's It. Judge Holden. I don't know who that is. I don't know who Judge Holden is. So
hold on, Judge Reinhold. Judge Reinhold.
Oh, apparently. Oh, yeah. Apparently, it's a book character. Yeah, it's creepy. Google Judge Holden real quick, and you'll see. Apparently, that's another thing that they, I guess, might have been a reference for Mr.
It sounds very familiar. Judge Judy, right?
Judge Judy. Judge Holden was a possible historical outlaw who partnered with Joel Glanton as a professional scalp hunter in Mexico. Jesus Christ.
Oh, yeah, he's a monster.
Anyway.
Oh, he's from what's his shit? Blood Meridian.
He's like the most evil character in fiction.
I knew it sounded familiar.
Most evil character in fiction. Well, Darth Vader has
Blood
something
Meridian
to say about
is fucked. I mean, it's great, but dude, traumatizing.
Never read it. Never heard of it. What is it? What's it about?
It's the same guy who wrote There Will Be Blood or No Country for Old Men. Shit.
Shit.
It's really good, and I cannot begin to possibly fucking tell you what it's about without getting you demonetized.
All right. Well,
I mean, it's got a really graphically written scene, and the judge is a terrible person. I highly recommend. I highly recommend, man. Really, if you can find an audiobook, try to sit your way through that one. Good luck with that. You seem like you like good horror.
We'll put a pin in this. It says Darth Vader's a pretty good guy, to be honest. Killed a space emperor and stopped a dictatorship. We'll put a pin in that. We will. This is not a Star Wars conversation, but we will come back to
no, it's not. And you know what? Long run, you're not wrong. But
gotta go put like a tier list or like a spectrum of like worst of the most evil bad guys.
I mean,
on it. I don't know. Anyway, moving on. So yeah, I don't know. What are we? Speaking of bad guys, let's talk about Vecna for a minute.
I was. There was a point I was trying to get at with Henry was all of his different looks, and I always noticed how I don't know how he made himself look like he did by the facial expressions that guy can make are pretty weird. He needs to be in an X-Men movie for sure. He needs to play a mutant.
Yeah, who is? I'm going to look up who that actor is, but keep on talking.
I can't remember. I can never remember new people. It takes me a few times looking them up to remember their names.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, go ahead and continue. Oh, okay. Jamie Campbell Bower. Or James Campbell Bower.
When he was in his Hawkins lab outfit, his forehead was bigger. And he was, you know what I mean? He always eyes looks like they were bulging out all the time, and he just had a different look. I don't know how to explain it.
I would cast him as the Joker. He absolutely looks like a dude.
Bill Skarsgård needs to play the Joker. Bill Skarsgård.
Bill Skarsgård already played Pennywise. We don't need Bill Skarsgård to do.
We do need. You need to trust me, and we need Bill Skarsgård as a Joker. Just trust me.
I think
no funny Pennywise faces. Slick back hair, nicely dressed, makeup is finely put on with care, and he would be perfect. Perfect.
He did The Crow too. I'm like, dude.
But The Crow didn't happen. What are you talking about?
Didn't it? I thought he did.
No.
Oh.
Doesn't exist.
Well, it was gonna exist. He was gonna do. I mean,
it does. I'm just denying that it does.
Oh. Okay. So I was like, wait, what? I'm googling it right now. It's right there. It's like,
it's a paycheck. He didn't write it.
Still, we'll play every clown character from now on. Bill Skarsgård.
The Crow is not a clown, buddy. The Crow was not a clown.
He's not a. He definitely has clown makeup on.
It's not clown makeup.
He's like the world's like freakiest juggalo.
He's
like a juggalo.
Yeah. I would classify him as gothy, a juggalo. For sure.
Oh shit! So this person says Stranger Things went constantly downfall after season 1. Ooh, controversial. I mean, I think that season 3 was a dip, but like seasons 1 and 2 were good, and then season 3 and 4 or 4 and 5 fucking just went up from there. Like season 3, it's because they spent too much time at that stupid mall.
Yeah.
Like spent too much time with the Russians and at that stupid mall, and I'm like, we don't care. Also, they threw Steve in the dorky fucking like sailor.
I liked that part. Thank you very much. I thought it was hilarious.
That was so stupid.
I thought it was so funny that he had to wear that ridiculous fucking shit, and it was funny for me. And the fact that he still tried to hit on women also made it fucking funny for me.
That's confidence right there.
But Steve, to me, that is fucking Steve. Like, he doesn't understand his surroundings enough.
Worst part of season 3 was, I think that's Patrick's not listening because he hasn't watched season 5. But so he's just typing in random stuff. But anyway, so season 3. The worst part about season 3 was probably the Never Ending Story song. That was the worst thing. I think there's a good reason that they never did that again. It's because it was dumb. It was like, why are we doing this? Like, do you just need to pad the 5 minutes?
It was fan service. It was like, hey, remember this? This was like the most famous movie for kids these people's age. I was those kids' age at that time. In 1987, I was fucking 10, guys. I was going through this shit. Dressing like Ghostbusters, and I was doing all that stuff, man. As I really connected with these kids, so for me,
I think
but maybe that's why it meant so much, because it wasn't overdone. Like some of these 80s movies that take place in the 80s, and they just overdo it. We're like, seriously, man, like.
I feel that, but that was cringy. Like season 4 had some cringe too. Like every
the song was cringy as fuck. I'm agreeing with you. It's just I felt like they did that to tap into what was popular,
like more 80s stuff
for kids at that age at that time. Like
while we're at it, why don't we do the Labyrinth?
Where's David Bowie? Like, why didn't he come in?
Dude, David Bowie could have been. Well, he's dead, but he could have.
They could have CGI'd him in. If it was Disney, they could have just CGI'd him in.
I mean, why not? Let's do it. Let's CGI David Bowie in there as one of the like. Generals or one of the military guys.
Yeah,
we'll make him a bad guy. We'll work.
Or we could connect Stranger Things to the Nolan verse and make him play Tesla. They open a dimension and David Bowie Tesla steps through.
I mean, I'm kind of down with that. I'm kind of down with Tenet being part of like the Stranger Things universe.
Tenet. Now I need more of that in my life because it took me a few watches. Like immediately
I still haven't. I watched
maybe
it
we
one
shouldn't
time, and I'm like,
discuss something that's completely off topic like that.
it is off topic, but we only have 10 minutes left. Go ahead, say it.
Well, I mean, it's not really important. It took after a few watches, and I really kind of understood a lot more about the film, and stopped trying to understand things you don't need to understand about the film. I really liked how well it was put together in the story they were telling. Very original.
Right.
So, and it did time travel in a different kind of way, like in a way we can actually understand. It
was definitely. Yeah, it was definitely weird. I'm like, it felt like just like him doing a sequel to Memento. Because like the fact that it was like backwards and forwards, like that was
sort of
out
like.
order.
Look, Memento was good, and I didn't know that was Nolan for a long time. I just watched it because somebody told me it was good, and then I watched it. I didn't know who directed it or wrote it or whatever. So looking back on it, I feel like he wasn't doing anything original. Tarantino had been doing that to us since '92.
Mm-hmm.
You know, popping around the timeline, telling us, you know, starting the story off.
Yeah, and then making it
2/3 into the film, with just people sitting around a table having a conversation, where you're like, "What the fuck?" And you can't help but listen to what these fucking people are talking about. So now you're sucked in because they're talking about some Madonna song. You know what I mean? And like now you're just like, "Who are these people? What's going on?" Then he cuts to a scene where you got a dude bleeding out, screaming in the back of the car, and you're like, "What the fuck is happening?" So I feel like Nolan was just Tarantinoing.
Tarantino.
It was cleverly done, and it was very well done, but he wasn't doing anything original. With Tenet,
I'm just joking.
I've never seen anybody do anything like that before in my life. Like, what?
You know, it was weird. It was definitely weird. I feel like most people who said that they understood it the first time were lying.
Bullshit. Like, first of all, the filmography, like just the tone, the color tone of the film, and the way everything was directed and cut and edited was beautifully done. I mean, obviously, it's Christopher Nolan. And then the music. I'm a big music guy, so if you got really good music at really good points in movies, that'll suck me in. I'll instantly start listening to the music too and be like, oh, whoever wrote that sinister as fuck, like, oh shit. Now I'm looking up who did the music. It's probably not Hans Zimmer because this doesn't sound like Hans Zimmer. I think it was the same guy that did Sicario soundtrack, as a matter of fact. The guy did the Tenet soundtrack.
Okay, so I'm going to try to veer like back into Stranger Things. You want to talk about music real quick? That reminded me. You know what music I'm really fucking sick of? Kate Bush.
Well, yeah.
I am so tired of Kate Bush. That
song wasn't even like that popular.
Like it wasn't even that good. I'm like, as opposed to like,
it's a good song. But
I mean we had think about other songs or other movies that like had a song that got stuck in your head. Like we had the Deadpool movie with Madonna. We had what was the other one?
But I mean, listen, I'm a Madonna fan.
So am I. I'm just saying though. I'm like, my point is that they used like an actually popular, like super popular song that I'm like, okay, I get why this is going to be played
but
a million times on the radio.
Maybe she was a Kate Bush fan from the radio song she had, and then owned the tape, and that running up that hill became her favorite song because she related to it. I don't know, man. I listened to weird shit in the 80s.
I'm just so tired of running up that hill because people play that way too much now. Anyone who's a fan of that movie or that show is now like that has that song burned into their mind.
I am glad that they brought Metallica to a younger generation that already hadn't had cool dads like me or whatever. That you young guys ever heard of a band called the Deftones? Here, check this out. And then
you ever heard of the
fucking
Clash?
Stereo up, and they're like, "What the fuck? My dad listens to this shit." Like, yes, your dad used to be in mosh pits.
The show has like besides the overuse of Kate Bush, they absolutely have some good choices. Like again, the Clash, like Should I Stay or Should I Go? The Master of Puppets, Metallica, like they have some good choices of songs. And I'm all for it.
I was surprised there wasn't very much Tears for Fears, but I think Donnie Darko kind of took that. Because I mean, even Donnie Darko had literally 2 Tears for Fears songs in the same soundtrack, which is actually pretty rare. I know that Mad World piano song from Donnie Darko, that it was a redo, but that's still Tears for Fears in my book. Like it was just a cover of their song. So, but again, the guy who was trying to capture that 80s flavor with the music, he still picked songs that were very popular.
Yeah,
back
in
then
the
that were
80s,
being
and
like Joy Division and stuff was being played on the radio, and yeah, I remember I was sitting in the back seat of my parents' car and they were blaring their music they like to listen to. You know what I mean? So I caught a lot of Paula Abdul in the early 90s.
Past the Dutchie, whenever they had stoner scenes with
Yes,
Argyle.
past the Dutchie.
Dutchie on the left hand side.
Yeah,
which got like which in itself is overplayed because that's like the most stereotypical song. Like I think the only thing that would be
Yeah.
more so is if they played like any Bob Marley songs.
Hey, listen. You keep Bob Marley out of your dirty whore mouth. I'm just kidding.
No, I'm just saying if you want to have like a stoner scene in a movie, that's like those are like
yeah, you're safe with Bob
stuff.
Marley or Sublime. To me, I think I would pick like a Sublime song because I feel like
if you go in 90s, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they kind of helped make that music popular, even though it was more or less like punk and ska. You know what I mean? But they were like the Beastie Boys in ways where they dabbled with hip hop. The Beastie Boys went all hip hop for the rest of their career, where Sublime dabbled in a little bit of all of it. You know, some reggae and I thought the Stranger Things soundtrack, even like I noticed in season 5, they added orchestra and symphony to the digital 80s 90s synth wave that they were doing before, and I felt like that was awesome. I really liked that addition, that it felt like epic, that they took the soundtrack, which I already very much loved. I felt like the music they did just captured everything, like put you right there in the time you needed to be in.
So all right, so I'm checking out the music that they had. So they have like from season 1 all the way back there, they have Toto, they have the Clash, the Bangles, Peter Gabriel.
Yeah.
See, like they have Scorpions, Duran, like Jim Crow. That's right. There's one where it's "Don't Mess Around with Jim," and it's fucking it's Hopper, like happy about how he scared Mike. I'm like, there is a lot of good music. They use music a lot. They're very James Gunny. They're very James Gunny in that way, in that they used
really good tracks up, for the most part, and the score even like.
Like to convey like what's going on in the show, or like how the feelings of the characters, and I really appreciate that.
Yeah, I liked how the kids had their own theme, and the theme it evolved as the kids did, but it stayed. They almost John Williams you with Oberheims and Prophet 8s, you know what I mean, like from the 80s, like the kind of soundtrack. But they almost stuck with Star Wars because each character and each whatever had their own theme. And they stuck with it, but as the characters got older in each season, they would advance their themes and change them ever so slightly. So by the time you get to season 5, it's all epic. And now you have these cool synthesizers going, like from the old season, but now you've got this orchestra on top of it that just really, I felt like it topped everything out and made everything feel, when it was epic, made it more epic, I guess.
Yeah, no, it definitely was. Like I would definitely say season 4 and season 5 are what I would consider to be epic. Like seasons 1 through 3, they get there. They have moments like that.
They're building the story.
Seasons 4 and 5,
cool shit happens. So it's it's not like just some crazy wackadoodle whatever, and it's just boring. Some cool shit happens in every season, even in 3. Some cool shit happens, even if there's a dip. I did like Tommy. I thought it was shitty to have him killed, but it was cool that they killed a character. They're not afraid to kill people. You know what I mean? And I thought that's saying something right there, that they're not afraid to kill a character that in the long run ended up redeeming himself through a season of being an asshole to everybody and abusive. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought it was cool they were going to have him flip around and be like sacrifice himself and then end up, having some kind of redemption story or redemption arc.
You mean like Billy? You mean Billy, the brother?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
No, I said Tommy, didn't I? I mean Billy. Yeah.
I was like, the wrong Power Ranger.
Yeah, I thought that was like me, but it's season 3. It's the middle, It's not Empire Strikes Back.
But I did, yeah, you're right though. I did like that you're right. They weren't afraid to kill characters, but they just killed off characters who people weren't gonna miss.
Yeah. They didn't kill any of the kids.
Yeah, which have some balls. Have some balls.
Come on, Stephen
King.
Kill
off Max.
Kids. You know what I mean? Like
Stephen King. Stephen King, he says that's funny.
He's not afraid to You know what? I'm not going to finish that sentence.
No, he's not afraid to do other things to kids. If you've read
I didn't want to
it,
say
you know
that
exactly.
because I mean Stephen King himself probably doesn't, but we all know.
Oh, they did it. They did
that horrible scene in it that he still gets bad
Is
comments.
that in the movie? I haven't seen the Bill Skarsgård movie.
Not in the movie.
Right.
Have you not seen the remakes?
No, I've never seen the remake yet.
What? They're really good. They're really good.
I still have to. Yeah, I've been told after hearing about Welcome to Derry, I should jump into.
Did you watch Welcome to Derry?
I haven't. No, I've heard good things about it though. Like my girlfriend did, and she's told me it was great. So I'm like,
but you've seen the old '90s one, right?
Yes, I've seen the Tim.
Okay, dude, trust, and you liked it, right? You're
a
fan of that cheese shit. Okay, dude, trust me, I like the remakes more than the original shit. So
all I've seen is the meme of like Pennywise dancing.
Dude, I'm telling you right now, Skarsgård put Tim Curry's Pennywise like it was a comedy. Like, dude's terrifying. He's terrifying, man. I thought they were using special effects to make his eye go in another direction. And it turns out he can do that in real life and was really doing it and scared the fuck out of the kids in the cast when they were like, how did they do that? And he like, what, this? And he turns around and makes the face and his eyeball goes off to the side. And they're like, oh my God. And they all took off running from him.
Yeah, that's terrifying.
That dude, it's got some range. And he's a good actor. Like he's got another movie coming out. I've seen him play just normal people well.
And this is you trying to be like, get him to be the Joker. He'll do it.
Trust me.
Yeah, but
trust me.
So
Joker. I didn't say the. I said
a Joker.
A
Joker. Okay, fine, fair
Joker.
enough. The Joker is obviously was Heath Ledger. There we go.
No. He wasn't clean enough. He had the long, dingy hair, and my Joker styled his hair and dressed nice. Makeup didn't look like he'd been doing meth and crying in a bathroom for 2 hours. You know what I mean? Like, and I'm sick of the scars. Just fucking put some makeup on and smile. You don't need to cut your fucking smile like some kind of Colombian gangster. You know what I mean?
And on that note, I think we're going to wrap it up with DG's real feelings about the Joker. But
sorry,
yeah. So I'm going to say thank you guys all for being here. Thank you to Patrick for jumping in. To Jormung, whatever the hell your name is, for jumping in, and then also Aaron. We appreciate you guys. If you guys like this episode, make sure you like, subscribe, comment below. Check us out next week. I don't know if we're going to be doing an episode next week. I'm definitely going to be. I'll do a live stream probably on Friday because it's going to be Albuquerque Comic-Con, and I'll be out there all 3 days. Yep.
Cool.
So and it's going to be a big one, man. We got fucking the dude from T2 tournament, the T1000 coming out here.
Really?
Yeah, Patrick. What's his name? Fuck.
Swayze.
No, wrong.
Starfish.
The one, yeah, you know who I'm talking about, though.
His last name is Patrick. Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick, that's the one.
Yeah, fun fact. You know his brother is the singer guitar player from Filter?
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Remember Filter? Hey man, nice shot. Them guys. Yeah. They're brothers.
We got Alan Tudyk coming out. We got Ahmed Best. We got Ron Perlman's gonna be out here.
What?
Yeah, we got the voice actors for Rick and Morty. We got Henry Winkler. A number of the goddamn Power Rangers are coming out. So yeah, it's going to be actually and that's only like a handful. We have like 150 people coming out here, so it's going to be a big con.
You should get some subs while you're out there, man.
That's what I'm looking to do. I'm going to get a few of my business cards, going to hand those out. I'm going to walk around and do like a live stream of like a walkthrough of the convention center. So
I'll keep an eye out for your lives then. That'll be fun. That'll be fun to watch. So. Cool.
Yeah, depending on how many people watch day one, I'm probably going to do. I'll definitely do day 2, maybe day 3. We'll see. But
you know what? If I was to do 3 days, day 2 would be record day. Like day 1, take it all in, know my surroundings, blah blah blah.
Yeah.
Day 2, record. Day 3, talk to people. You know, like
that's not a bad idea. Like do cosplayer interviews, but like, hey, so what's your costume? What do you? That's not a bad idea. I like that. But yeah, so anyway, be on the lookout for that, everybody. Also, while you're at it, go check out our buddy here, Dead Guy's comic dubs.
No, you don't have to.
No,
it's not really that big of a deal.
I said go do it. Go check out the channel. Go subscribe to him. And
It
do you have
sucks.
anything
It
you
kind
want?
of sucks, you know.
Do you have anything you want to talk about, or anything that you recently had the Stephen King's The Stand that come out?
That's almost
but
done. I'm really excited that I've got 3 issues for this, and then the last chapter is 6 issues, but I'm doing that all in one video. So basically, I've got like 2-3 videos tops, and I'm done with The
nice.
Stand. And that is
So go
that's
check out
huge.
all those. Check out his other stuff, his Alien Omnibus, his
Yeah, I think people would
Predator versus
appreciate the
Wolverine.
alien stuff and the Predator stuff more than random bullshit.
I don't know. I mean, there's a few people who watch your Crow. Like, you got a significant amount of videos on or views on your Crow video. But anyway, yeah, go check out his other stuff.
I got
It's
that
right
video
there.
with Harry coming out probably next week, and that's a Predator short
Oh,
comic.
there you go. So there you go, guys. If you like
So
hearing
another
about
in
Harry,
association with Fulcrum Entertainment. That's exciting for me personally as a producer.
appreciate
And then
it,
the
man.
next issue of Aliens. So yeah, we got a few things coming out that's done.
So, yeah.
And some
Go
surprises.
subscribe. Go like, subscribe, and comment on his on his videos, and get him to 20,000 subscribers.
Yes,
He helped us. Now go help him.
help me get more money so I don't quit.
And anyway, guys, that's going to be it from us. When I say thank you guys all for being here, this has been the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast. I have been Gilbert.
I've been a dead guy.
And this has been the Fulcrum Entertainment Podcast. We will see you all next time. See you, everybody. Adios.